Okay.
Get fucking. Did you do that on purpose, you son of a bitch? You're such an asshole. Oh, I hate you so much. Okay, for context, I literally said I'm going to hit record, wait for you to say okay, and then I'll hit record. And Jordan went, all right. And then there was like a 3 second pause, and literally right after I hit record, he goes, okay.
See, I misheard you, and I thought you said we're doing a bit where I'm gonna wait until you say okay to start talking so that the recording starts on that because it's a
When
running joke.
you said, all right, cool. And I was like, okay, that's today's okay, got it. Fucking, I don't know why I bother. Welcome back to Cape Corner, where we explore the history, story, and cultural impact of a different character and group every episode. I'm Drew, and Jordan's Matt.
And I'm Jordan. I thought we were doing a bit.
No! I mean, I guess this is a bit at this point, but it's not scripted, I can tell you that.
Oh my god, my head hurts, man. Holy shit.
Good. Suffocating.
Good. Whew, okay.
Well,
Okay.
with that behind us, and you know what else is behind us? The Disney era of Power Rangers. We saw some high highs and some low lows. But overall, I really enjoyed the Disney era. You know, it was some new freshness to Power Rangers after the
Yeah.
original Saban era. But I have bad news for everyone. Peak is behind us. It's all downhill from here, and today we're entering the Neo Saban era with, I'll say at this point, something that is remembered fondly due to nostalgia, but it's not good. We're we're talking about Power Rangers Samurai. Um, and look, do I think that this is the worst Drek that Power Rangers has ever produced? No, that's next episode. But okay, let's be fair. So first of all, this season looks good, right? Like this is the season where they switched to HD.
That's
Um,
true. It's very sharp.
yeah, so
Hmm.
it's good image quality. I think overall the effects are usually pretty good. Um, the I think the folding Zords are a neat concept. I really like the look of the Samurai Megazord and all that stuff. Um,
Hmm.
it's fun. There's some good stuff in this series. I don't
We
want
brought back the original theme song. That deserves at least a
no,
little credit.
no, no,
It deserved
no,
a little
no,
credit.
no, no, it doesn't. Because I'll tell you why. Because aside from making it slightly more hard rock, they ruined it with the Jaden, Mia,
Oh,
Mark,
that's true. I forgot that
Kevin.
they start yelling their names.
Yeah, like this is we're
Forgot
now
about
entering peak key jangling, keep the kiddies' attention era, where apparently
it.
the kids can't even be fucking bothered to like read the names on the credits or learn the names through just listening to them fucking talk. No, no, they need to really loudly announce their names as they show up on screen in the intro. Um, See, like I was trying to say good things, and then you immediately brought me into one of my. Um, what Antonio's cool. I really like his dilemma,
I
and
love Antonio.
and I'm sure that everything good about this season is because they were literally copying 1-to-1 from Super Sentai. So I guess let's get into my first like truly major complaint. Um, Everything is copied 1-for-1 from Super Sentai, and while I I tend to like it if they can borrow certain themes or certain elements from
Hmm.
Super Sentai so it doesn't feel completely disjointed. Um, between like the action set pieces and the actual story being told. I don't think trying desperately to carbon copy it is effective, especially when it lands you with a white guy that looks like a model for Abercrombie and Fitch, whose last name is Shinba.
Yeah,
Because
that's true.
in what the fuck was it called? What's the
Mm.
what's the Sentai for this one called?
Oh, I
Shinkenger.
don't know.
I think
I have no
it's
idea.
Shinkenger. In Shinkenger, it's a series about Asian people who are all descended from samurai, and the main character, the Red Ranger, is the 18th leader of the Shiba clan. He has a prestigious samurai lineage behind him. He's essentially samurai royalty. And in Power Rangers Samurai, it deals with a bunch of white and black, and I think a single Asian person.
Yes.
And I think Mike is like a Hispanic or Latino or something, and so is Antonio, obviously. Uh,
Maybe.
but like a bunch of non-Japanese people who are
Yes.
also descended from samurai, and our white guy is still the 18th leader of the Shiba clan.
And our is he Maori, the sensei, the New Zealand
Mentor
guy?
G, yes, I believe so. Um,
Yeah, okay. So once
oh,
again, not a
and
Japanese
here's the
person.
thing. You might wonder, wow, why is he called Mentor G? And I'll tell you why the fuck he's called Mentor G. It's because in the Super Sentai, um, I want you to know that the mentor in the Super Sentai, by the way, he wears the exact same outfit, like
Funny.
truly copied one for one. The mentor in the Sentai, he has a name, but the the main character calls him G, like as a nickname, because Oji-san means old man.
Hmm.
So he's just called Mentor Old Guy in this show,
That's funny.
basically. Um, so yeah, right away we've got some mental gymnastics happening where we have to accept that this white dude is the leader of the samurai. It's some real fucking Tom Cruise vibes where it's like, of course, a white guy becomes the best samurai of all time. It's like, okay, um,
Yep.
very Danny
So
Rand, very
for Danny Rand, yeah. So I was taking notes on this one because it was one that I'd never really watched before. I'd seen like back when it was on Netflix like 10 years ago. I watched a few episodes in the background of doing other stuff. But this is really the first time that I ever actually internalized anything about this season. And so I had to take some notes because I didn't want to forget stuff. And regarding Jaden, I have written here, Red is the worst actor so far on Power Rangers.
yeah.
And I feel a little mean for saying that, but that is how
No,
I felt when I
he's
wrote
got
this sentence.
he's got more than enough dick riders that he'll be okay. Because there are people who were children when they consumed this, and so they
Okay.
took away the lesson that the show wanted to give them, which is Jaden is a god. And I would like to direct your attention to the name of this
Yes, I saw.
recording. Jaden is a false god. Because he's the okay. First of all, I saw a video a couple days ago from a dude that was called something like "Jaden is on the fraud watch" or something like because
That's
and he
great.
kept being like, "Is this your king? Is this your king here?" Like, and he was saying some wild shit in that video. He was like, "So why do they got the only black samurai kneeling to the only white samurai?"
Oh my god.
Like shit like that. Yeah, because Kevin is probably the biggest dick rider I've ever seen in Power Rangers. I've never seen someone act as a glorified hype man as strongly as Kevin does for Jaden. Um, and but okay, so like again, that's one of the aspects of like the Japanese shit, and I'm sure it was much less egregiously terrible when it was one Japanese dude kneeling to another Japanese dude, but it is very. I don't know, here in America, when it's the only black guy on the team kneeling to the only white guy. Um, but But then there's other Japanese shit in here, which like you can feel that they weren't thinking for themselves and literally just copying everything the Sentai did. Um,
Hmm.
Tell me, do you know what one of the most famous tropes about women in anime is?
No.
It's always considered very haha funny when they can't cook.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. That's funny.
It's
That's
it's
an
a
interesting
very
trope.
it's a very commonly done joke in anime. In Persona 4, I think literally like all three of the actual female presenting women in the show can't cook. Um, the first two that are on your team, the first two that you meet are literally so bad at it that on a camping trip they make a curry full of just like it shows the scene of them in the supermarket gathering ingredients for what they think would make good curry, and they just keep piling more and more and more shit in this cart, and they essentially poison their teammates. Um, anyway, all of this is to say Mia can't cook. Haha, there's like an entire half an episode dedicated to the fact that she can't cook.
Okay,
Um,
that's funny. I
yeah,
kept wondering, like we're going a little hard on this. That
it's
she can't
because
cook.
Because if you watch anime the way I do, and then you sit down to watch an episode of Power Rangers Samurai, and you're sitting there and watching her take out her fucking samurai plastic, Power Ranger sword, and be like, huh, and then start chopping up onions with it, and like you see it like flying all across the screen, and then there's like four heads poking around the door frame, be like, oh god, oh no, and then she's like, eat up everyone, and they're like, "Whoa." And you're just like, this is right out of an anime. This is literally
Yeah,
a fucking live action
the
anime scene, and not in a good way.
the whole season, I kept being like, y'all are going a little hard on the she can't cook thing. This is
Yeah.
it's,
Um, yeah, and it's a lot of little things like that
hmm.
where I'm like, this this feels bad. And it's kind of hard to put into words exactly why, because it's like in theory, I like anime and shit like that. So I like it when series, how do I put this properly? I like it when series draw inspiration from anime and Japanese media. I don't like it when they try and steal from it wholesale. Like shit like,
Hmm.
okay, Steven Universe has a lot of anime inspiration, right? Um, like even to the point where Steven has an action figure of what is clearly Cloud Strike from Final Fantasy, um, as well as a terrible Sonic the Hedgehog knockoff. Like he's got a lot of like there's a lot of Japanese anime shit inspiring that series, and you could tell it was made by people who grew up with that shit, loved that shit, and wanted to proclaim their love for it. This is not Super Sentai and anime and Japanese media are great stuff that we love, and we want to pay a lot of loving homage to it. This is, we want to make money off of the success of this product that they made in Japan, so we're just going to rip it off wholesale.
Yep.
Um, okay, I hope I explained that well, like enough for people to
No,
understand.
that is perfectly put. That's exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, it's because again, I don't mind references being made. I mean, I shit, man. Half my bread and butter is just, oh, I understood that reference, and like I'm fucking Captain America. But
Hmm.
it, it's you can tell when it's made out of like a genuine desire to like connect with other people who love a product versus like, hey, it sold well over there. I bet it'll sell well over here. Like some fucking sleazy money grabbing shit. Um, Speaking of, it's this is also the first season where the villains feel straight out of Super Sentai again because they are. Because like okay, in Zia Ryuger, wait, no, Zia Ranger, whatever the fucking Yeah, Ranger, the fucking Mighty Morphin Power Rangers in Japan. Queen
Hmm.
Bandora and her group felt very different from Rita Repulsa, who, like, we took the Japanese footage, dubbed over her really badly, ADR'd over her,
Yes.
and then eventually replaced her with an actual English-speaking actress. And, like, her plans, like, so the monsters have to be the same in the fight scenes, but like the overall plot of why she's doing certain things and what's happening in the background and all that is different in Power Rangers, right? It's like, oh, it's the 90s, so we want to have a episode 3 or 2 or whatever it is be all about recycling and saving the wildlife. And so Trini and
Hmm.
Kimberly are doing petitions for stopping the pollution. And then there's a monster that's vaguely pollution related, and it's literally like Rita being petty and being like, oh, they're signing petitions. They're environmentalist little fucks. You know what would really upset them is if I made a polluting monster. Fuck you. I'm going to steal Kimberly's handbag and make a monster out of it. Like shit like that. Um,
Yeah.
and it feels, distinctly American in that way. But when we are in Power Rangers Samurai dealing with Master Xandred and his, what the fuck are they called? Nylox?
I think so.
Um, it's literally like, oh, we're in a sort of netherworld, other realm called was it the whatever river?
I forget.
Man. Okay, but they're in this like
Hmm.
red blood red like river place, and their idea is that they're going to do monster attacks on the city to make humans scared and upset, and their tears will fill the river. The Sandshu River, is that it?
This did not sink in.
This is their goal, is to make humans cry, and then their tears somehow travel to this river,
Yes.
fill up the river, and if the water level of the river rises high enough, then they can break out of this like dimensional barrier and fully invade the human world. Because
Hmm.
they can only send out like one monster and like a handful of foot soldiers at a time. But if they all want to break out, then they they need to make a bunch of people cry, and then they can all cry. Like, it's some weird shit, and it feels
Yeah.
weird for Power Rangers, um,
Yeah.
especially because Master Xandred is uh he's a drunk. He They keep insisting that he's drinking medicine to help him with his headaches. Oh, and again, something you'll notice is that Samurai, because it was Saban reacquiring the rights to Power Rangers, and they were wanting to use this as a soft reboot for the
Hmm.
franchise. There's a lot of shit that all people remember this from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so we'll just do this. So Rita had headaches all the time. Xandred has headaches all the time, and he's got to drink medicine to help with his headaches. It's sake. Like, if you know what a sake cup and a sake bottle look like, he's clearly just getting wasted. Um,
That's
he's
hilarious.
fucking he's fucking swaying around on every step, and he's falling all over himself. He's a drunk. But they can't say that in American television, so instead, headaches, medicine, got it.
That's funny.
Yeah, and I don't know, even the plot lines feel um, like, okay. So we mentioned Antonio. Antonio has a really cool plot line
Yes.
where him and Jaden were really good friends growing up. And Jaden was always like dragged away because he was predestined to be a samurai leader. So he had to, get his little samurai training hours in and everything. And so Antonio sort of out of missing getting to spend time with his friend, sort of out of jealousy for having an incredible destiny, he wanted to be a samurai as well. And because his family was never part of a prestigious samurai lineage, they told him, "Go suck rocks, kid. You can't be part of this. Fuck you." Um,
Hmm.
so he he basically reverse engineered Jaden's morpher, built his own morpher, which it even operates differently. So the thing with the morphers in this, so in the original Sentai, they're like little cell phones that have little paintbrush tips come out of them. And these are exactly the same, except they remove the paintbrush tips because God forbid we have any fun. Um, so instead, they're just little devices where they draw kanji in the air, and then that kanji turns into their morphing sequence. Um, and because he was not trained on how to do all of that shit with what they call symbol power, he literally made a morpher where he just hits a button and it like digitally makes a hologram of his own symbol, essentially. So it does the work for him. He worked smarter, not harder. And he made his own samurai morpher and his own samurai powers and everything. And it's fucking dope. And when he first appears, he's awesome. I mean, his weapon is weird. It's called the Barracuda Blade. Literally, it just looks like a replica of a fish. And then he pulls on one end of it, and it's like most of the fish is the sheath, and there's a hidden blade in it.
Yeah.
It's very silly, very Power Rangers, but like a wave of enemies runs at him, and he like moves like a fucking Dragon Ball Z character at super speed and slices them all up. And
That's pretty cool.
it's dope as hell. And he shows up, and G is immediately like, no, fuck up, fuck you, kid, you can't be here. And everyone else just sort of like quietly accepts that. He's just really bummed out because he's not allowed to be a samurai just because he wasn't born in it. And it's just like, this feels Japanese. Because, first of all, they put a lot more emphasis over lineage than we do. And also, they put a lot more emphasis on respecting authority figures than we do. Because if this was made to be an American season from the ground up, and Antonio was put in this position where it's like, you're not part of this prestigious samurai lineage, and like, there would be at least like one or two of the Rangers being like, but he was awesome out there. We wouldn't have made it out if it weren't for him. Shut up, G. He should be a samurai. Or, at least somebody pointing out the hypocrisy of like, hey, so like Jaden's the 18th Shiva, whatever. What about the first? Like, his clan had to start somewhere, motherfucker. Like, there is not famous samurai lineage going back to the start of eternity. Like, there had to be someone who was just a guy that was good with a sword, and then that started the lineage. Why can't that be the case for Antonio? But they don't really do that. It's more just they sort of passively observe until eventually Antonio manages to impress Mentor G, which is like, it's frustrating to watch because I think this team, more than any other Power Rangers team we've ever seen, is Goody Two Shoes, and that's really crazy because Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is some of the most milquetoast Wonder Bread shit that has ever been put to TV, and yet I buy them more as quote unquote teenagers with attitude than this group. Because it's literally like if G tells them to fuck off and wait for his orders, they usually do. Like, the closest you get to any contention is from Jaden, but Jaden sucks. And it's very rare that like that even happens. The whole thing. And like, I don't even feel like we can do our normal thing of like, let's talk about each individual character, because what the fuck is there to say?
I have written here, so I wrote here, Red is the worst actor so far in Power Rangers, and then I wrote, Antonio is fantastic, and then I wrote, Yellow Ranger doesn't have much of a character.
Literally her only thing is that her sister was supposed to be the current Yellow Ranger.
I do remember that, yeah.
But she's got inexplicable anime mom disease.
And you mentioning that we can't really go through each of the characters kind of reminds me of my final point here, which is terrible opening for a season. I wrote down terrible opening for a season.
Well,
and
so the opening episode isn't even what they opened with. This show aired on Nickelodeon, and it started with episode 3, which is a Mike episode.
What the fuck?
Did you not know that?
I did not know that. I've only been watching in the order that they're. That's funny.
I saw it when it aired. They're already a team.
That's a terrible way to open.
Bulk and Spike are already doing shit. Like, we're just supposed to accept that this kid named Spike is here and Bulk is back. And, it's the episode where Mike wants to go play video games at the fucking arcade.
Yeah. I remember that one. Mike is the closest to having compelling character traits to me in this, other than Antonio. I really like Antonio. But of the main 5, I'd give it to Mike.
That's fair.
It's like the sleeper green hit that we've been observing, except it's still not quite a hit. It's just like you're less boring than everyone else.
You're more close to being a functioning character than your teammates.
But yeah, what I was going to say about terrible opening is, like, say what you will about Ninja Storm doing Tell Don't Show, but, like, they very quickly, like, we meet our 3 main characters, and they literally have a conversation where Dustin is, like, detailing that it's like, in any group there's different types of people. Like, I'm like the mellow, reflective dude, and, and Shane's like, I'm the adrenaline guy, and, I'm kind of the risk taker, and he's like, Tori, you're the responsible one. You're very level-headed, and it's like, okay, it's like, it's not great that they did Tell, Don't Show, but I understand how these people are different and why they are a group, and why I should be interested in the group right away. And I feel like the opening of Samurai basically gives you, this is Jaden. He's a samurai. He works hard. This is, what was the Blue Ranger's name?
Kevin.
Yeah, this is Evan. He's a samurai. He works hard. This is Mike. He's a samurai. He works hard.
I guess okay, because here's the thing, with RPM, I could have talked for another hour about the characters.
Oh yeah, easily.
We really had to, like, for the time limit, just get through them. So, like, I have so much more I could have said. But this is, like, how am I going to fill the hour?
Yeah, I mean, we don't need to fill the hour. We can just say it's the worst season to come.
What we can really say is, like, Kevin wants to be an Olympic swimmer and feels torn between his duty between being a samurai and being a swimmer, and because I guess physical training in order to be an effective fighter doesn't translate to physical training that'll help you swim good. Seems like bullshit to me, but whatever. And he also has, like, dude, I've never seen a kid so badly fucking programmed in my life. Like, he is brainwashed.
Yeah.
He is so deep in the authoritarian closet. It's crazy. He's 2 seconds away from being like, "Yes, sir, master, can I shine your boots?" Like, it's bad. It's bad. And if anyone is upset at that vaguely racist sentiment I just made, watch the show and tell me it's inaccurate.
Watch the show.
Watch the show. It's pretty fucking bad. And then, Emily has her thing where she feels like she's not good enough to be her sister. And it's like, okay,
this is Emily. She's a samurai. She works hard.
We did that with Leo and Mike, and we did it better. And then who was the other sibling? We had another one, right?
Where there were siblings that one of them was supposed to be. That's Scott, right? He's.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, Scott.
He's got to deal with a sibling.
Yeah, we had that. That was like an entire season long, like, ordeal. Like, he kept feeling the pressure of not being his brother. Like, this just, like, every once in a while they just want to remind us that she does in fact have a sister, And she
Yeah.
sighs for about 30 seconds about it, and it's like, that's really it. They don't really do much.
Time to be a samurai and work hard.
What even is Gia? No, not Gia. What the fuck is shit? Okay, because God damn it, fucking Megaforce. Okay, so in
Fucking
Samurai,
Megaforce.
in Samurai, it's Emily.
I sense that sentence a lot in our future.
It's so in Samurai, it's Emily and Mia, and then in Megaforce, it's Emma and Gia.
Yeah.
Those
She's a samurai. She works hard.
Mia, that's her name. Okay, yeah, it's like she's a samurai. She works hard. She can't.
I guess they gave her a third one. The other four have their samurai, they work hard, and then she gets also she can't cook.
It's so bad. And then Mike's thing is that like he doesn't really like to work hard. I know, plot twist.
Cool, big one.
He's a slacker, and he likes playing video games at the arcade and actually hanging out with his friends. He likes being an actual person, like an actual teenager, doing actual teenager things. And God forbid he want to live his fucking life. He was born.
And then imagine my shock when after all of this kind of blandness, it's like, Mike gets a little bit more, and then Antonio shows up, and it's like, he's pretty funny, he's kind of cool, he's very smart, it's like, once again, he works hard, but it's like...
Great hair, too.
Great hair, great vibe, pretty attractive dude. I think I'd give it to him this season. Usually I give it to a woman. Antonio is the most attractive member of this cast.
Yeah, that took me a second. You were like, normally.
Yeah, I gotta crown a most attractive of the cast in this season. It's Antonio.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. He is great. Antonio is easily the best. Okay, I guess we just gotta now talk more reasons about why Jaden sucks. So.
I also wrote down here, just to tell you my other 2 points that my whole notes as I wrote, Samurai, good to hear the guitar from the original theme again. Yellow Ranger doesn't have much of a character. Red is worst actor on Power Rangers. Antonio is fantastic. And then I wrote, overall story kinda bland. And then I wrote, terrible opening for a season. And then I wrote, weird Clash of Red Rangers thing, why?
Oh, yeah.
Is what I wrote down.
Okay, so real quick, before we get into the Clash of Red Rangers, let's talk about the opening, since you brought it up a couple times now.
Yeah.
The opening is literally just like, okay, Jaden and
it literally is just their samurai.
They're the only ones that are actually working out of the samurai compound, actively fighting Nilox that appear, and they decide that the Nilox are coming in greater number, and so now we need to actually assemble the team, and Mentor G just pulls out a fucking bow and arrow, and then literally shoots arrows into the sky that have little scrolls attached to them, and they just magically find their way to the other samurai descendants. And so it like hits inside the pool where fucking Kevin is swimming and he has to leave, and out on the ranch where Emily is from, and where the fuck Mia spawned from. Who even knows if she's a human being with a family? And like Mike at the arcade and shit. And so then they all assemble in the same like city, because I don't even know if they were all living in the same city or not. I mean, I'm pretty sure at least Emily wasn't. She was out, like I said, she's from a fucking ranch or some shit. Yeah, they all show up. Jaden literally rolls up riding a white horse.
Yes.
Like, what a like, you guys are trying so hard to advertise, this is our hero, this is our savior, isn't he so cool and sexy? And he does a whole, like, I am Jaden, I am the leader of the fucking 18th of the whatever, and let's go fight bad guys or something. Woo. And they're like, yeah, we'll worship you forever, God Senpai. And, he sucks. So like, okay, and then they just like do a big fight, and I guess the gimmick for this season is all the Rangers have what's called spin swords. They have obviously plastic katanas and
Yeah.
these big honking plastic discs. And what they do is the disc have a hole in the center, and you slide the disc up onto the hilt of or the grip of the sword, and then you spin it, and when it spins, it generates some sort of elemental effect. So like a little fire twister around the sword, or a little water or wind or whatever, right? Because they each have a different
Mm-hmm.
element. Jaden is fire, Kevin is water, Mike is forest, I think. It's like plants. And then Mia is wind, and I almost said Gia. Fucking Emily is electricity.
Yeah.
And so no. She's Earth.
No. Okay. I've forgotten.
Yeah.
I'm just taking your word for these.
Anyway, they do that, but then they also have like upgraded weapons, right? So I think like Mia has a fan, because again, wind, and like it's the
Okay.
classical Japanese, like because uh, martial artists using fans is like a pretty classic thing. We did it in Jungle Fury and did it better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but Jaden, okay, how the fuck do I even describe this thing? It's like if a claymore sucked. Um, it looks like it's a huge. I can't even say it's a huge blade. It doesn't look like a blade. It looks like it was made by the Lego Corporation. It it's a giant red plastic monstrosity, and he just swings it around, and we're just supposed to accept that it's apparently cutting these enemies. Again, it's Power Rangers, so we don't get to see actual slashes and blood fly or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but it just like sparks on impact when he smacks this giant plastic beefcake into enemies, and we're just supposed to go, I guess that's doing damage. Um, and and we even see him train with this thing when he's unmorphed. Um, because there's like a little training montage. I think it's episode 4 or something where he goes out into the woods and he's training with this giant fucking sword. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, he trained so hard. He burned himself up. It's like, okay, well, he is not my King Naruto. He will never be Naruto, who trains so fucking hard that he's like bloodied and battered at the end of it and shows up to the
Mm-hmm.
next fight already fucked up. Um, yeah, like they're trying to recapture that sort of thing where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
he deserves all the praise because look how hard he works, and it's just like, okay, well, that sort of doesn't work as a lesson when you already were trying to make him look like some clinical badass before we ever saw him train.
Mm-hmm.
That he gets rewards given to him left and right for doing nothing, so it doesn't matter. But yes, he gets this giant honking fucking plastic sword. I don't know what else to say. I don't know why I was going so hard into it, but it's a terrible weapon. At least because at least Mike gets like a it's either like a lance or it's like a halberd. It's some kind of like long weapon with a spear tip, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then Kevin gets a bow and arrow, a very effective weapon, which is really good. Um, what the fuck does Emma? Not Emma.
uh,
Emily. God damn it! These fucking names are gonna kill me.
fucking Megaforce.
Fucking Megaforce. Um, I can't even remember what she gets nunchucks or some shit. I don't know. Fucking, it doesn't matter. The point is that like their weapons, like it's so strange that Jaden has the worst one. It's so bad. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
why. Again, it's a fault of the Sentai, but I don't know. It's just it looks nothing remotely like an actual weapon.
Yeah.
And then their Zords, like I said, their Zords are actually pretty cool. The entire idea is that they're based on origami, which seems like it would be really hard to make robots out of. But it's neat because they're sort of like more modern plastic toy puzzles. I should say Japan loves puzzle games. There's a
Mhm.
reason why Yu-Gi-Oh! As a franchise literally started with trying to build a really cool 3D puzzle. Um, so so it's neat seeing how like there are these little like I think what the fuck is Jaden? Is his a lion?
I don't remember.
It's a lion or some shit. I don't fucking know, but it's like a little
Okay.
red I don't know, like a hexagon or an octagon or something. Like it's black on the top. It's got like a symbol on there, and it's like thick and it's got like red sides, and it can literally unfold and pop out like it's like a Bakugan or a Transformer or something.
Mhm.
And it folds it out into a little lion guy. But they're also like sentient, so he's just got essentially a tiny little pet plastic lion that can like crawl up his arm and shit. And he just throws it out like it's a fucking Pokeball, and then it grows 50 stories tall. And I guess I'll also say that when they are using their Zords, like when they're actually inside the Megazord,
Mhm.
and I do believe this is an American only thing. They created a uh, I think it's called like Samurai Mega Mode or something, which is essentially just a more heavily armored, angular look that they have only when they're piloting the Megazord. Um, and then there's like a super mega samurai mode or some shit when they have the fucking white coat shit in season 2. Uh,
Hmm.
so a horrible precursor to Power Rangers Super Mega Force. But yeah, I guess that's a good point to talk about the outfits. I like the outfits. They're pretty neat. They look like if you turned a kimono into a Power Ranger suit, like it's got the fold on the chest that makes it look like
Mhm.
a closed kimono.
Yeah.
Um, the helmets are all based off their individual kanji turned into visors. It looks pretty good. Looks unique. Um, uh, I don't know. Do you have anything more specific you want to say about the costumes?
No, I guess I mean, I like the general vibe of them. I don't like hate the costumes, but
Yeah.
they're
Now,
not my favorites.
I do think when they get into their super samurai shit, when they get like the white overcoat, um,
Yeah.
that looks cool. I really like
Yeah,
that
it's
as
pretty
an
good.
upgrade. And to my understanding, any of them can have it, but only one of them can have it at a time, which there's, and it's not a perfect one-to-one thing, but I don't know. Do you know of a show called Ronin Warriors?
No.
This was an old 80s anime that got dubbed in the 90s around the same time when Dragon Ball Z started airing. And
Hmm.
it it has like a Sentai-esque team. They're like ancient I believe they're pretty much ancient samurai.
Hmm.
That like get resurrected in the modern era, and it's Ryu of the Wildfires, Sage of the 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 Nimbus or some shit, Kenta of Hard Rock, Sai of the Torrent, and then I can't remember. Anyway, it's 5 guys, and they all got different elements, and then they can power up and they get cool like samurai armor shit. But like if they all merge their power into Ryu, then his red armor turns white, and it's really cool. And it makes me think of that. It's sort of a similar thing where they sort of pool their power, give one member a power up. They get this white coat. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And of course, Jaden gets a version beyond that, and true to form makes it look worse. And it's just like a red coat on top of his red suit, and it looks shitty. Um,
Yeah.
he also replaces his giant Lego monstrosity with a shark sword, which looks more reasonably like an actual weapon. So that's fine, I guess. All right. I think I've said pretty much all I can about like the team, the Zords, the equipment. Oh, I will say Antonio gets a squid, a squid Zord thing, which is very
Oh,
fun.
yes. I like that.
Because it's got a pointy head, so it becomes like a piercing weapon for the Megazord.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I love it. And true to form, they have a bunch of other like different Zord configurations, extra Zords. They actually have so many for say. I remember like they just had. I can't remember any of them because none of them ever felt like they mattered because they just kept getting more and more shit in this series. This was truly like this was really a precursor for how bad things get with Super Mega Force because we'll get into it, but boy, does that series just hand out power ups like it's fucking candy for no reason, constantly.
Yeah.
This does a little bit of that. All right, let's talk about the real meat and potatoes of what Jaden's story is supposed to be in theory, what it winds up actually being. Okay, spoiler alert: Jordan, Jaden is not the real Red Ranger. Gasp. So the person that's supposed to be the Red Ranger for this particular team is supposed to be the head of the Shiba clan. He is not, in fact, the head of the Shiba clan. He just went around saying he was because his sister, Lauren, is actually the head of the Shiba clan. She is the real Red Ranger, and they just, okay, you gotta help me on this. Did they make a replica of the Red Ranger Morpher? Are there two of them, or did she literally give her Morpher to him? Like, is there one singular Red Ranger at a time, and like they just literally swap back and forth?
I think.
I don't know.
remember.
I can't remember either. I just know like she's revealed like they're having a fight scene, and I think they all lose, and then another Red Ranger just shows up out of nowhere and beats them, and then she demorphs and she's Lauren, and then she explains what's really been going on. So the reason all the Nylox and Master Xandred and all of his cronies are in this other dimension with the Sandshu River, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. Is because the first head of the Shiba clan, the original team of Samurai Rangers from way back in the Samurai era, they used symbol power to seal Xandred and the Nylox away in this other dimension. And it was an extremely advanced sealing ritual, and it takes a lot of practice to be able to master it. So Lauren, when it became apparent that the Nylox were going to get out soon, she needed to train to master this symbol power to reseal him when he inevitably broke out.
Mm-hmm.
And they couldn't have her being attacked and running out and fighting because A, it would interrupt the amount of time it took for her to train, and B, if she happened to die in one of these battles, then nobody else would be left to perform the sealing ritual. So they then started sending her younger brother out, Jaden, and he would proclaim to be the head of the Shiba clan to keep all attention on him. He was essentially a decoy, a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she has perfected the symbol power, she is ready to come in, actually take her place as the Red Ranger, and work with the others, and they'll do it, and they'll stop Xandred, and the world will be saved again. But what about Jaden? Oh my god. It's such a fucking travesty that he doesn't get to be the Red Ranger anymore, and so everyone else fucking hates Lauren, and to make things way more unnecessarily bullshit and dramatic, like, He literally chooses to leave the house. No one says he has to. They're like, yeah, you put in a lot of work, She's like, yeah, you're my brother. Like, you can continue living here. And he's like, no, I'm not the Red Ranger anymore. I need to go be homeless now. She's like, okay, bye. And they're all like, I can't believe you made him leave. And she's like, what? No, I didn't. He walked out. And Kevin's like, don't you know that he's our Lord and Savior, and I suck on his little feetsies every single night before bed so that he feels lumpy, and you will never stand where he stood. And she's like, what the fuck is wrong with all of you? And she goes out and she performs the civil power, and it doesn't work anyway. So she's like, oh fuck, I trained for like months and was like stuck in isolation and couldn't like live a normal life and it didn't work. This sucks. And Jaden goes, don't worry, I will come in and I'll be the savior we truly need. And she's like, oh, okay, what's the plan? And he just smirks devilishly at the camera and goes, we're going to hit him really, really hard. And I'm paraphrasing, but that might as well be what happens. Because they're just like, okay, the fantasy ceiling thing didn't work. Let's just kill him. It's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. But apparently that he had this groundbreaking idea is why he deserves to be the real leader. Fucking that's me spitting on this series. Because look, Lauren, if you literally made her as a character who thought she was better than everyone because of her predestined birthright, and then it was presented that she was wrong for that, and the reason that Jaden deserves to be the leader is because he not only already put in the time with his team, got to know them, had real bonding moments with them, but he also cared about each of them as individuals, then that would have been a great story. But that's not what fucking happened, because Lauren is fine. She's a normal, kind-hearted, cool person, and Jaden does think he's better than everyone. He literally goes out of it. Everyone treats him like he's the most important motherfucker. So what functionally is different when it's Lauren? I'll tell you, nothing. No. That's not even true. There is something different. You get a more competent leader. Because Lauren is better than her brother. She shows up, she can fight better, she can lead better. It's just that these fucking bozos don't want to be led by her. That's not her fault. That's their weird shit going on. Again, I think there could have been a really cool story if they were more brave to actually Americanize the goddamn American TV show. Like, if they made the entire point of the series to be, hey, we started this show thinking that nothing but lineage mattered, but Antonio proved that you can be made great, you don't need to be born great, and then Lauren proved that just because you're born into a prestigious name doesn't make you a good person. Like, if they made her shitty and overbearing, if they did with Lauren what they did with Alex, that would have been better. Because Alex was the original leader of Time Force, and he fucking sucked. And they literally said out loud the words, like, the team is best with me. No, we're best with Wes, or whatever. I know I butchered the quote, but the point is, if they did something like that, then I think the themes for this story would have worked. But they don't do that. It's confused. You have Antonio, who had essentially a single episode saying that lineage doesn't matter, individualism matters, but then that message goes out the fucking window when it comes to, but the Shibas are always going to be the best and most important people. But then they kind of try to bring it in again with actually Lauren is the real head, but Jaden deserves to be the leader even though he's not predestined to be the leader. But it doesn't matter because they still treat him like he is predestined to be the leader. It's just a fucking mess. The entire thing is a fucking mess. And that's my rating for this season. Fucking mess out of 10.
That's funny.
and it's just really frustrating because again, this was a soft reboot for the franchise. So you have a lot of people who this was their first entry into Power Rangers. This was the first Power Rangers that was on Nickelodeon, so it was a huge new swath of kids that have never experienced anything. Again, 2010 had this terrible remaster of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so there was a more clean break from RPM to Samurai. It was the increase in HD. They brought back Bulk and a bunch of stuff. So because this was like the new starting point, there are a lot of young adults nowadays who literally did start with Power Rangers Samurai, and so they you know how there's a bunch of like Gen 1ers for Power Rangers that think that Jason is the best Red Ranger simply because he was the first one? They're wrong.
Yeah.
But in that same way, we have a bunch of new Gen Power Rangers fans who think that Jaden is the best Red Ranger because he was the first one they were introduced to.
Yep.
And I'm here to tell you all, you need to up your standards. We've had some truly fantastic Red Rangers in the past. When I think of some of the best Red Rangers, I think of Wes, and I think of Jack, and I think of Tommy. I don't fucking think of people like Nick or Mac, and I definitely don't think of fucking Jade. Is there anything else that you wanted to add about that whole Lauren thing? Because I definitely just like went on a 20-minute ramble, however long it was.
I mean, yeah, I didn't like him. Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess I should actually bother to ask, like, now that I remember that you exist and that I'm not just angrily screaming in the void, what do you think of Lauren, actually?
I mean, I like her a lot more than Jaden. I didn't love Lauren as a character. It wasn't enough to overcome that I was just a little bored by everything at this point in the season.
I also don't think we had enough time with her to really form a connection.
That's also very true. That's also very true. But yeah, if you'd started the season with Lauren as the Red Ranger, it might have been a better season.
And it's just frustrating because again, the only time we had a woman Red Ranger before her was the A Squad Red Ranger, who was bad, and we didn't even know that she was a girl until half an episode before she was revealed to be evil, and so we never really got to experience her as a proper Power Ranger. She almost felt more of a Psycho Ranger role than an actual Power Ranger, right? Like an evil Ranger archetype. But Lauren is our first chance to really get a woman Red Ranger, and she's just relentlessly shit on in favor of the guy. And it feels bad because that's our second chance to get some really cool girl leader rep, and we don't get it. And it's we've had girl leaders before. Technically, the white Aquitar Ranger is the leader, even though the Sentai footage doesn't reflect it, with the red one still being in the middle.
Yeah.
And technically, you could argue that Jen started off as the leader for Time Force, although Wes came into the role by the end. But she's still pink. She's not red. No, it's very rare we actually get a red Ranger that's a girl. That potential would literally not be fulfilled until the very final season of Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I don't know. They could have done something really cool, and they fucked it up.
Mm-hmm.
Is there even anything else to say? Because this is such a boring season. It's not even a season. It's 2 seasons. They had 2 fucking seasons to do something interesting, and it's literally so bland that we're struggling to fill the time.
Yeah. We can briefly talk about how weird the Clash of the Red Rangers was, because that was a waste.
Oh yeah. So we have hard confirmation at this point. I mean, we kind of already did due to the fact that like there's cities that exist and shit. But
Yeah.
hard confirmation that this is a different dimension than Corinth. Which is funny. They from now on we will always refer to the dimension of Power Rangers RPM as Corinth, even though that's the name of the city, not the world. But like,
Yeah.
I guess what the fuck else do you call the world? It's not like there is much world other than Corinth at that point. So,
Yep.
I guess you might as well. But yeah, Scott just shows up out of nowhere, and it should be noted there's some sort of vague bullshit reasoning, but he has to stay morphed the entire time, and I'm pretty sure it's because Eka Darville just wasn't available. He just did voiceover work.
Hmm.
Like he basically Zoom called a script read into them, but they had to get somebody else actually in the suit. But it was a very weird. Um, it was like a direct to video sort of crossover thing they did, where it was not a team up between RPM and Samurai. It was just Scott, specifically only Scott,
Hmm.
teaming up with Samurai, and uh, and yeah, there was a little bit of a tussle because there's some confusion, So they took like a 5 minute misunderstanding and was like, yeah, that's good enough to name the movie Clash of the Red Rangers. Like what is the oh fuck, I was there's something where it's fucking Batman v Superman. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, where it's like,
Can't
yeah,
even
that
tell.
happened a little.
Yeah, it's like they did technically have a brief fight scene in this 3-hour movie
Hmm.
named after their fight.
Hmm.
Um, Stupid fucking trash. Anyway, yeah, it's not good. The only other thing I could think of is I remembered that Decker exists. Um, so they brought back the Power Ranger actor who murdered a guy in real life. Um, and I think possibly nothing in this season, in this series, advertises that they're blatantly ripping off a Japanese property worse than everything this character does. He shows up, he's wearing these like tattered flowy white robes. He's constantly talking about his blade. Okay, Muramasa, is that it?
I don't know.
My blade, Muramasa, hungers for battle. It's like it's I think it's Muramasa because it's named after an actual samurai blade. I know because it's used in a bunch of other shit. Like I think Fate probably uses it. I know there's a Muramasa chip in Mega Man Battle Network. It's one of those things where they reference it a lot, like how Sasuke is referenced in a bunch of things because he was an actual ninja. Uh,
Hmm.
did you know that Ninja Warrior, the fucking the obstacle course show,
Yeah.
Uh, it's just called Sasuke in Japan.
That's funny.
Yeah, because again, Sasuke is so synonymous with ninja over there, which is why one of the worst anime characters ever is named Sasuke. Anyway, uh, so yeah, he shows up as extremely Japanese for a white guy, um, and yeah, he's just like he's how do I even describe him? He's an antagonist but like an anti-hero kind of instead of a straight up villain because it's like he's not on the side of the Nilox, but I would say he fights the Rangers more often than he helps them.
Hmm.
I think there's even like a couple Mexican standoff bits between like him, Jaden, and Xandrid, um,
Yeah, pretty much.
which um, I don't know. It just feels like they were trying to capture that one scene from Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they did it poorly.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't really have anything else to say. Do you have anything else that you really want to say about Samurai?
No.
Cool, let's rank it.
It was boring. That's really all I've got. It's not even like when we get to Megaforce, there's gonna be a lot of fun shit to say. But for this, I'm like, yeah, it's a season.
Yeah, no, that's going to be one where we're really visceral with how bad it is. But it's like, this is just bad in like,
It's just boring.
it's mostly bland and nothing. And then there's some bad points that we can harp on. But like, yeah, next season is going to be like bad, bad, terrible, bad. Everything's bad. Like, we'll have a lot more to say.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna look. If anyone's listening to this and like listening to this at a point after we've already released the Megaforce episode, I'm gonna apologize in advance if you go in to listen to that one after this because like I already know, I feel it in my bones how much I'm gonna be screaming about the wasted potential of the Battle of 199. So
Yeah.
strap in for that. Okay, I'm ready to rank.
All right, your current. Oh man, this thing keeps crashing. Hang on. Your current rankings is RPM in first place, followed by Time Force, SPD, Dino Thunder, In Space, Jungle Fury, Lost Galaxy, Ninja Storm, Zeo, Mighty Morphin, Lightspeed Rescue, Mystic Force, Turbo, Wild Force, and Operation Overdrive in last place. Kind of a tricky one here.
Is it better than Operation Overdrive? Okay. I think I might actually say that this is better than Operation Overdrive.
Okay.
Because probably just because of it.
Antonio's a good point. I was about to say that Jaden's acting was going to put it in last place for me, but I briefly forgot about Antonio. I really like Antonio.
Then the acting isn't like super good in Operation Overdrive either. Okay,
Yeah,
what did I have above Operation Overdrive? Was it Turbo?
Wild Force.
Wild Force. Wild Force. See, again,
you're going to have both of the seasons with what is his name?
Murder.
Ricardo Medina, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm not a huge stan of Wild Force the way a lot of older fans seem to be, but see, like I'm thinking of like the weird dynamic with Max and Danny and the way they're treated like literal fucking babies and like the villains, Master Org, are just so fucking lame and he looks like a dude out of a 70s photo shoot, like with the way he dresses. And Cole is lame and ruined the fucking 10th anniversary with this stupid fucking motorcycle. And Animus,
that's true.
Oh my god, Animus sucks. Princess Shayla is a loser, and Merrick's act. You want to talk about bad acting? Merrick is up there.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Oh man. Okay, because like, I mean, at least Bulk is there, right?
Yeah.
he's not Bulk at his best, but like, okay, I do think I'm going to have Samurai above Wild Force.
All right, Samurai, third to last.
Well, hold on. What's above that? It's Turbo?
Turbo.
Oh, fuck.
That's tricky. That's a tricky one. That's what I've been thinking about for the last minute or two. Is whether or not it's going to beat Turbo.
Oh, they got baked into a pizza.
They did! See, now, on the one hand, we've got Bulk and Skull in Turbo. They're both still there.
Yes.
So that gives it a slight edge here.
TJ is a really good leader, and Jaden is one of the worst leaders we've ever seen.
Yeah, the Red Ranger really takes it for Turbo. He's one of the better ones.
Yeah.
And Antonio is really cool.
Divatox's boobs are a better villain than Xandrid, for sure.
You know what? That's a really good point. Xandrid in general, because last week I didn't know who Xandrid was. You said the name, and I was like, I have no idea what that means. I don't know what you just said to me. So, and I watched this like 2 months ago.
Okay, I think I've hit my limit. I don't think I can, like, in any good faith, put Samurai any higher. I don't think I can put it above Turbo. Turbo is not a great season, but I don't think it's always the dog water that we tend to think of it as. I think there is a lot.
Yeah, it's just kind of forgettable compared to everything going on around it.
Yes, it's right after Zeo, which was a great successor to Mighty Morphin, and it's right before In Space, one of the most memorable,
phenomenal,
series ever. So it's in a bad spot. Yeah. Okay. I do think I'm gonna have it be Turbo, then Samurai, then Wild Force. I know the Wild Force lovers are gonna hate me for this, and then have Operation Overdrive right at the bottom.
All right, so Samurai third to last. Very good. All right, my current list is Dino Thunder in first place, followed by RPM, SPD, Ninja Storm, regrettably Time Force, In Space, Jungle Fury, Lost Galaxy, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Lightspeed Rescue, Mystic Force, Wild Force, Turbo, and then Operation Overdrive in last place. So, all right, yeah, it tops Operation Overdrive pretty easily for all the reasons that you already discussed. You know what? Yeah, this is one of those where it's like my order has gotten a little bit weird because I feel like I like Samurai more than I liked Wild Force maybe, but Wild Force is above Turbo, and on the weight of Divatox's boobs, Turbo has to beat
Hey man, look, she's got them. Like, there's no shame in her game.
Also, just like 4 other reasons, she is very memorable. Like, she has a really amusing performance that it's like you can't forget who Divatox was. As I keep saying, I don't know who Xandrid is. I can't picture him. We've been talking about this season for an hour and a half, and about an hour, and I can't picture what Xandrid looks like. I have no memory.
I've never seen a Power Rangers villain with such a consistent ideology as Divatox, and her minions being like, "What's our plan today, ma'am?" And she's like, "Throw a bomb at them."
Yeah.
It's so many bombs.
Yeah. And at some point she shrinks them and tries to eat the Power Rangers. Like, there's some nuts shit in that season. And I still don't know what Xandrid looks like. Yeah, okay. It goes under Turbo. Second to last for me, Samurai.
Okay. That's fair. I feel like I spoke a lot of shit about it to put it much higher than I was expecting to put it.
I mean, third to last is not good.
No, it's not.
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, no, I don't need to count. We're on the 16th. We're not 16. This is
after next week. After next week, it will be fourth to last.
Fair enough. This is the 18th season that we've covered, I think. So, yeah, third to last is still really bad.
Yes, not a good indicator of quality. And again, if anybody happens to wander into the corner and this is their first time listening, and maybe they're big Power Rangers fans and they don't know our deal, and very unlikely, but who knows what the future holds, and is like listening to this and going, I can't believe these shit stains have put Wild Force so low, and it's like, look, okay, if you don't know how conversations with other people work, other people have different perspectives, and their opinions might not always reflect yours. Okay. This is not a statement of fact. Although I am a superior being to you, and my statements are quote unquote fact. Uh, and just like, okay, we're taking a lot of different factors into account. All right, it's not just who has the best characters. It's not just
Well, and
what has the best.
it's like I said, Ninja Storm is super high on mine because I grew up with it. There's not a lot other than that justifying it being that high.
Yeah, but like to be clear, the first Power Rangers show I have true salient memories of watching is Power Rangers Turbo.
Yeah, you're better at avoiding that childlike wonder of nostalgia than I am. And it's like that childlike wonder of nostalgia and just being immersed in Power Rangers for the first time ever with Ninja Storm is the only reason that it beat Time Force
It should
for
have.
me. That is the only thing that floated it that high.
I think it's really funny because as we go deeper and deeper into this, you are getting hit more and more with the stark realization of, oh, fuck, it
Time
shouldn't be
Force
that
should
high.
not be this low.
Yeah,
It's not that Ninja Storm shouldn't be that high, because every time I get to Ninja Storm, I'm like, yeah, this feels good. I love Ninja Storm. I'm like looking at I'm looking at Dino Thunder, RPM, SPD, Ninja Storm. I'm like, yeah, that feels good. I'm like, Time Force. Why the fuck is Time Force?
so you've created a weird, fucked up rock paper scissors effect with your list, where like other things will be really good in comparison to Ninja Storm, and so you'll put them really high up. But then you'll be like, oh, but it's not as good in almost any factor compared to Time Force, and yet this is where it lands.
Yes. To be
Uh,
fair, at most, one more has even a shot of topping Time Force and Ninja Storm on this list, I think, going forward from here.
is it Dino
I
Charge?
think. I don't know for sure which one. I just think that at most one
Oh.
might
You're
cross.
specifically.
No.
Okay.
I'm just thinking ahead and I'm like, not that one, not that one, not that one. Not that one. I'm like,
Yeah, I think going forward, the only ones that I like at all, there's like two more. Because
yeah, that's probably a reasonable assessment.
I
Yeah.
would say the rest I'm either like neutral on or just straight up hate.
Yeah, I'd say about two more that I enjoy. And one of them, depending on my mood, I might enjoy a lot. But we'll get there.
Yeah. I'm kind of trying to think, is there any other closing thoughts I have on Samurai? You know what? I will say, I think the spin sword gimmick is not a bad idea in concept, but I also think it's stupid that a lot of their new power-ups come in the fact of, here, we have a random giant fucking honking plastic disc that you can stick on your sword, and
Yeah.
it'll give you the power to commune with the dead or some shit. Like
Power Rangers has always been about toys and stuff, but this is kind of the one where it starts getting the most obvious.
it's really
these are toys.
nonsensical. It's just
And
really
like when they switch
nonsensical.
into like Super Samurai mode, like when they're in the when they're in the Megazord in particular, and they now just look like a big action figure.
Yes. Look, it's really nonsensical where like, cause okay, they have their symbol power, right? They can draw all these symbols in midair and cast magic spells. So it's really weird when it's like, hey, for this particular enemy that's been beating your asses, we created a new magical spell to help you defeat them. And it's like, oh, cool. Are you going to use symbol power? No, I used the spell to make a plastic disc that will do a new thing when you spin it on your sword. Just like, why? Why not just draw the thing? Whatever. It's, I don't know. Because, like, a lot of series have their little gimmicks, and they don't all hit. You were a much bigger fan of Ninja Storm's chest marbles than I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big fan of those. I think they're kind of lame. Um, I'm trying to think of like other gimmicks now that I brought it up. I guess okay. You know what gimmick I am a big fan of? Surprise, surprise! It's RPMs. I still really like the fucking tires that are on their arms and legs.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Um, Especially like when they get into like a running stance and they're about to like charge at the enemy, and then the fucking tires start like squealing on their legs, and literally smoke comes out of their feet, and then they run forward. Like that shit's so good. It's so cheesy. I love it. But it does legitimately make me think, man, they're fucking human. They're moving.
hmm
All right, but anyway, I think that's gonna just about do it. So, everybody, thank you for listening. You can check out the Cape Corner Discord. We uh post updates whenever an episode comes out. Um, there's also a suggestions channel where you can request different kinds of episodes that we'll do. Um, or you can just chat. We occasionally do like a funny meme or whatever in there. It's nice. Um,
hmm
if you want to see the community more active, you got to get in there and be part of it. Be the change you want to see in the world, or whatever they say. You can also find us on various social medias. I'm Beyond Blue 2 on Tumblr. Um, which if you don't want to follow me, it's fine. It's not like I do a lot of official stuff. That's my personal. Like I just repost art that I like, pretty much. Um,
Yeah.
Jordan is Jordan Blue Man everywhere. Um, we do. We are part of the Hall of Pods podcast network. There are other friends of the show that do really cool shit. Jordan has a podcast called Fandom Optimists, and there's also the SJW Comic Book Club, True Believers, a comic book podcast, and Movies to Watch Before You Die. Um, I haven't like said anything about supporting the show in a long time because I haven't had any supporters in a long time, but again, if anyone is ever interested, like if I get literally one person that's like, "Hey, I would send you a few bucks every month," I'll make a Patreon or a coffee or whatever the fuck is necessary. Um, so get in the Discord and tell me that you'll send me money. um, because then I could, in theory, get closer to improving my setup so that I can stop yelling into my phone and hoping it picks up my audio quality decently. And I think that's it. Any final thoughts?
Boring. It's my only thought on it. It's boring.
Yeah, we can't all be as interesting as me. All right, everybody, thank you for listening. Stay strong, stay true to yourselves, and remember, we can all be heroes.